Have you ever wondered why some people seem to grow more vibrant with age, while others feel tired and resigned to fate? The difference lies in the choices they make every single day. And if you're 75 or older, it's time to stop doing the things that are holding you back from living fully. This is not the time to wait or let life pass you by. Turning 75 isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you have the power to improve your health, reconnect with loved ones, and try things you've never dared before. The life you've always dreamed of can start right now. Think about it. With just a few small changes, stopping bad habits and replacing them with mindful actions, you can drastically improve your quality of life and happiness. Sounds unbelievable? But it's true. The decision you need to make right now is simple. Are you ready to do whatever it takes to live a more vibrant and fulfilling life? As the Buddha teaches, we cannot change the past. But in this very moment, we can create a better future. This video will not only give you practical advice but also weave in profound Buddhist wisdom to help you see that all change starts from within. In this video, you'll discover 5 things you must stop doing immediately after 75, things that are silently holding you back. These aren't just tips, they're keys to unlocking a life of greater meaning, vibrant health, joy, and mindfulness. Imagine living a life where you're in complete control. Doesn't that sound incredible? So take this opportunity. Don't let another day slip by without action. Before we dive in, be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on inspiring content designed to help you live better every day. Are you ready to step into this exciting new chapter? Let's get started right now. 1. Stop ignoring your health, embrace it instead. Imagine Rose, a 75-year-old who always thought aches and pains were simply part of growing older. She brushed off the stiffness in her joints, the occasional sharp twinges, and even the dull fatigue that crept into her days. For years, she carried on with her routines, thinking, "This is just how it is at my age." Then, one morning, she found herself unable to get out of bed. Her body, which she had ignored for so long, was finally demanding her attention. A visit to the doctor revealed the result of years of neglect, muscle atrophy, and the early stages of arthritis. Rose was devastated but also determined to make a change. Rose's story is a powerful reminder that our body is the foundation of everything we do. It's not just a vessel that carries us through life, it's a precious gift that deserves care and attention. In Buddhist philosophy, the body is understood as a delicate balance of the 4 great elements: earth, water, fire, and air. When these elements are in harmony, we feel vibrant and strong. But when neglected, they fall out of balance, leading to suffering. The teaching of mindfulness of the body invites us to tune into this balance, to honor our physical form with compassion and awareness. Taking care of your health doesn't mean transforming your life overnight. It's about small, deliberate actions that add up over time. Start by scheduling regular checkups with your doctor, even if you feel fine. These visits are not just for emergencies, they're opportunities to catch small issues before they become major problems. Early detection saved Rose from further complications, and it can do the same for you. Physical activity is another cornerstone of a healthy life. You don't need to run marathons or spend hours in the gym. Gentle exercises like walking, stretching, or yoga can do wonders for your body and mind. A daily walk in the fresh air not only strengthens your muscles but also soothes your thoughts. Yoga, with its mindful movements, can help you regain flexibility while calming your spirit. Consistency is key. Start small and build from there. Remember, every step you take is a step toward a healthier, more vibrant you. Rose also discovered that caring for her body had profound effects on her mental well-being. As she followed her doctor's advice and started physical therapy, she felt a renewed sense of purpose. Her days no longer revolved around managing pain but embracing progress. This shift in perspective is deeply connected to the Buddhist concept of metta, or loving kindness. When you care for your body, you're showing yourself compassion. You're saying, I am worth this effort. My health matters. Think of your body as your lifelong home. Over the years, it may have weathered storms and endured wear and tear, but it is still your sanctuary. Just as you wouldn't let a house crumble without repairs, you shouldn't ignore the signals your body sends you. That stiffness in the morning or the fatigue after climbing stairs isn't just getting old. It's your body's way of asking for attention, for care, for kindness. If you've been neglecting your health, it's never too late to start. Begin with simple steps. Perhaps it's a gentle morning stretch to wake up your muscles or a mindful walk in the park to clear your mind. Maybe it's as basic as drinking more water or eating a balanced meal to nourish your body. These small acts of care can ripple out into profound changes. Rose's journey is proof that transformation is possible at any age. She turned what could have been a life of limitations into one of growth and resilience. Her story urges us to see our health not as a burden but as an opportunity to thrive. Let her experience inspire you to take that first step, no matter how small, toward embracing your health with mindfulness and compassion. Your body is not just carrying you through this life, it's a reflection of the care you give it. Treat it as the gift it is. Listen to its whispers before they become shouts. And remember, every effort you make is an act of love, for yourself and for the life you are still here to enjoy. 2. Stop being afraid of technology, embrace change. Tom, at 78, had spent most of his life avoiding technology. Smartphones, in particular, seemed like an insurmountable hurdle. Too complicated, he would say, brushing off suggestions from his friends and family. But when his wife passed away, the silence in his home became deafening. The days stretched longer, and loneliness started to weigh heavily on him. His daughter, determined to help, gently persuaded him to give a smartphone a try. It'll let you see the grandkids more often, she said. Reluctantly, Tom agreed, though his skepticism remained. At first, even the simplest tasks felt daunting. Tom struggled to navigate the screen, often hitting the wrong buttons. But with patience and encouragement, he slowly began to learn. His first triumph was sending a text message. Then came video calls, where he could finally see the faces of his grandchildren lighting up on the screen. Soon, he ventured further, joining an online painting class, an art form he had always admired but never had the courage to try. What started as a tool for connection turned into a gateway to new hobbies, new friends, and a renewed sense of purpose. Tom's journey is a beautiful reminder of life's impermanence, or anicca. As Buddhism teaches us, change is the only constant, and our resistance to it often causes unnecessary suffering. Clinging to the idea that technology is not for me is like holding on to an outdated belief that limits growth and connection. By embracing change, we open ourselves to new opportunities and a deeper connection with the world around us. If you're feeling hesitant about technology, start small. Just like Tom, you don't have to master everything at once. Begin with something simple, like sending a text message or making a phone call. The first step is often the hardest, but once you take it, the path ahead becomes much clearer. Video calling apps like Zoom or FaceTime are fantastic tools for staying connected with loved ones, even if they're miles away. Imagine the joy of seeing your family's faces and hearing their laughter in real time. It's a gift worth the effort. Beyond connection, technology offers endless ways to enrich your life. There are apps for nearly every interest, from learning a new language to taking virtual museum tours. If you've ever wanted to explore a hobby but didn't know where to start, The internet is a treasure trove of resources. Just like Tom discovered his love for painting, you might uncover a passion that brings you joy and fulfillment. For those worried about feeling overwhelmed, know that there are tools designed specifically for beginners and seniors. Many smartphones now have simplified modes with larger text and easier navigation. You can also find online tutorials and local workshops aimed at helping older adults get comfortable with technology. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. There's a whole community of people learning alongside you. In Buddhism, there's a practice called beginner's mind, which encourages us to approach new experiences with curiosity and openness, free from the fear of failure. Technology, when approached with this mindset, transforms from an intimidating barrier into a powerful ally. It bridges distances, fosters connections, and provides tools for learning and personal growth. Think of the possibilities that await. Imagine rekindling old friendships through social media, sharing memories with family via photos and videos, or joining an online book club with people from around the world. Technology isn't just about keeping up with the times, it's about creating opportunities to stay engaged, curious, and connected. It's a tool to help you thrive in the ever-changing flow of life. Tom's story shows us that it's never too late to embrace change. By taking that first small step, you're not just learning to use a device, you're stepping into a world filled with opportunities for growth, connection, and discovery. Change is inevitable, but when we embrace it with an open heart, it becomes a source of transformation and joy. The question is, are you ready to take that step? The possibilities are endless, and they're waiting for you to explore. 3. Stop isolating yourself, reconnect with others. Jean, at 76, had grown accustomed to her quiet life. After her children moved out of state and her husband passed away, the house that once brimmed with life became silent. At first, she enjoyed the solitude, reading books in her favorite chair, watching her favorite shows, and tending to her garden. But as months turned into years, the silence became less comforting and more oppressive. Loneliness crept in, wrapping itself around her days. Jean found herself withdrawing further, avoiding phone calls and invitations, telling herself, "I'm fine on my own." But deep down, she wasn't. One day, a longtime friend stopped by for tea and gently encouraged Jean to join a local community group. "You'll meet people your age, and it'll get you out of the house," her friend said with a reassuring smile. Hesitant but hopeful, Jean decided to give it a try. At her first meeting, she was nervous and unsure of what to expect. But as she listened to the stories of others and felt their warm welcome, something inside her shifted. Over time, she started to look forward to these gatherings. She found herself laughing again, sharing her thoughts, and even volunteering at a local shelter with her new friends. What started as a small step out of her comfort zone became a lifeline to joy, purpose, and connection. Jean's story is a testament to the transformative power of human connection. In Buddhism, Sangha, the community, is one of the 3 jewels, essential for spiritual and emotional growth. It teaches us that humans are inherently social beings, and we thrive when we share, support, and uplift one another. Isolation, on the other hand, can lead to emotional and even physical suffering. The good news is that breaking free from isolation doesn't require grand gestures. It begins with small, deliberate actions. If you've been feeling isolated, start by reconnecting with loved ones. Even a simple phone call or video chat can reignite the warmth of relationships. Share a memory, ask about their day, or just let them know you're thinking of them. Technology, as we discussed earlier, makes these connections easier than ever. No matter the distance, Joining a local group or club is another powerful way to step back into the world. Whether it's a book club, a gardening circle, or a senior exercise class, these gatherings offer a chance to meet people who share your interests. These connections often blossom into friendships, creating a sense of belonging and mutual support. Jean's group not only gave her companionship but also opportunities to contribute, whether by helping organize events or simply being there to listen. Volunteering is a particularly meaningful way to combat isolation while making a difference. When you give your time to help others, you create bonds built on compassion and shared purpose. Volunteer at a local food bank, tutor children, or even spend time at an animal shelter. Each act of giving not only helps those in need but also fills your heart with a sense of fulfillment. As Buddhism teaches through karuna, compassion, by reaching out, you don't just heal your own loneliness, you also bring light into someone else's life. It's important to remember that taking these steps doesn't mean erasing solitude entirely. Solitude can be a source of peace and reflection, but too much of it can leave us feeling disconnected. The key is balance, finding moments to be with yourself while also embracing the joy that comes from being with others. Connection is not about the number of people in your life, it's about the depth of those relationships and the shared moments of understanding and care. Jean's world expanded the moment she chose to take that first step out of her house. She rediscovered the simple joys of laughter, conversation, and shared purpose. Her story reminds us that connection is always within reach if we're willing to open the door. You might feel nervous at first, just as Jean did. But remember, every new relationship or opportunity starts with one brave step forward. So, reach out. Call that old friend. Say yes to the invitation. Walk into that community center. The world is waiting for you. And the connections you build today can fill your life with the love, joy, and meaning you've been longing for. After all, life is richest when shared. 4. Stop settling for less in your diet. Nourish your body and soul. Frank, 74, had spent most of his life relying on quick, processed meals. He'd grown used to grabbing a frozen dinner or swinging by a fast food drive-thru. It was convenient. And to Frank, that was enough. Cooking felt like too much effort, especially since he lived alone. But over time, he noticed subtle changes. His energy began to wane. His mind felt foggy, and climbing the stairs became more challenging. A visit to the doctor confirmed his suspicions. His health was beginning to pay the price. His blood pressure was high. His weight was creeping up, and his body was crying out for better care. Frank's doctor urged him to make changes, suggesting a diet rich in fresh, whole foods. At first, Frank was skeptical. "I've eaten this way my whole life, and I've been fine," he thought. But the thought of feeling better, even just a little, was enough to make him give it a try. He started small, swapping out his usual breakfast pastry for a bowl of oatmeal topped with fresh berries, instead of microwaving a frozen meal for dinner. He tried a simple recipe his daughter shared: baked chicken with steamed vegetables and brown rice. Within weeks, Frank began to notice changes. His energy returned. His mind felt sharper, and he even started sleeping better. The difference was undeniable. Frank's story is a powerful reminder that what we put into our bodies directly impacts how we feel and function. In Buddhism, the first precept encourages ahimsa, or non-harming, a principle that can extend to how we treat our own bodies. When we choose foods that nourish rather than harm, we practice compassion toward ourselves. Mindful eating, a practice rooted in Buddhist teachings, asks us to slow down, appreciate each bite, and consider how our choices impact our overall well-being. If you've been relying on convenience foods like Frank once did, making a change might feel overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be. Start by adding more fresh fruits and vegetables to your meals. A crisp apple or a handful of leafy greens can do wonders for your body. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and oats are also excellent choices, providing sustained energy and vital nutrients. Gradually reduce processed foods and sugary snacks, replacing them with simple, home-cooked meals. These don't need to be complicated. Think roasted vegetables, grilled fish, or hearty soups made with fresh ingredients. The key is balance and consistency. Mindful eating is another step toward transforming your relationship with food. Too often, we rush through meals without truly tasting or appreciating what's on our plate. Instead, try sitting down at the table without distractions. Take small bites, chew slowly, and savor the flavors. Notice the textures, the aromas, and the nourishment each bite brings. This simple act can turn an ordinary meal into a moment of gratitude and connection with your body. Making these changes isn't just about physical health, it's about emotional and mental well-being too. When you fuel your body with nutrient-dense foods, you're better equipped to handle life's challenges. You'll find yourself with more energy to spend time with loved ones, more clarity to pursue hobbies, and more vitality to enjoy each day. It's not about perfection or deprivation, it's about creating a sustainable way of eating that supports your life. Frank found that as he embraced these new habits, his perspective on food shifted. It was no longer just fuel to get through the day, it became a way to care for himself, to show gratitude for his body, and to enjoy the process of creating something nourishing. He even started sharing his new favorite recipes with friends, inviting them over for simple meals that brought joy and connection. Your diet is more than just a collection of foods, it's a reflection of how you value your health and well-being. By choosing to nourish your body with care, you're making a commitment to live more fully, more vibrantly, and more mindfully. Remember, every small change adds up. Whether it's swapping out one processed snack or cooking a homemade dinner once a week, each step you take is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Just like Frank, you might be surprised by how much better you feel and how much richer life becomes when you start nourishing your body and soul. 5. Stop letting fear hold you back. Embrace new experiences. Margaret, at 78, had spent most of her life putting others first. She raised her children, cared for her family, and took pride in creating a stable, loving home. But somewhere along the way, she had tucked away her own dreams. Painting had always been something she adored from a distance, admiring the works of others, imagining the colors she might blend and the scenes she could create. Yet, for years, she told herself it was too late. That's for younger people, she thought. Not someone like me. It wasn't until a close friend gently nudged her to join a local art class that Margaret finally decided to take a chance. She hesitated at first, her mind racing with self-doubt. What if I'm terrible at it? What if I don't fit in? But with her friend's encouragement, she signed up. On the first day, her hands trembled as she picked up the brush. The blank canvas seemed to stare back at her, daring her to make the first stroke. But as the weeks went on, those nerves gave way to something unexpected: joy. Margaret found herself lost in the rhythm of painting, discovering a creative spark she didn't even know she still had. By stepping out of her comfort zone, she not only rediscovered a passion but also a newfound sense of confidence and purpose. Margaret's story reminds us that fear is often the biggest barrier to living fully. In Buddhism, this is tied to the concept of avidya, or ignorance, a misunderstanding of our own potential and the nature of our fears. So much of what holds us back is an illusion, a mental construct built on the fear of failure or the unknown. But when we approach these fears with mindfulness and curiosity, we often find that they dissolve. leaving us free to explore the world with fresh eyes. If there's something you've always wanted to try, a hobby, a skill, or even a new adventure, start small. You don't have to be perfect or achieve mastery overnight. Progress is more important than perfection. Maybe you've always wanted to learn an instrument, travel to a new city, or take up gardening. Start with one simple step: research a class, plan a day trip, or buy a small plant to care for. Each small action builds momentum, making the larger goal feel more achievable. Breaking down fears into manageable steps can transform what once felt overwhelming into something exciting. Margaret didn't walk into that art class expecting to become a professional painter. She simply showed up, allowed herself to be a beginner, and embraced the process. You can do the same. When you shift your focus from outcomes to experiences, the fear of failure loses its grip. It's not about being the best, it's about allowing yourself to grow and enjoy the journey. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is another way to overcome fear. Margaret's friend played a crucial role in her story, providing the encouragement she needed to take that first step. Seek out those who uplift and inspire you, whether it's friends, family, or a community of like-minded individuals. Their belief in you can help you see possibilities you might otherwise overlook. In Buddhism, taking risks and embracing the unknown is seen as an expression of prajna, or courageous wisdom. Each new experience enriches your journey, adding layers of depth and vitality to your life. Imagine the possibilities that await when you let go of the fear that's holding you back. The joy of learning something new, the thrill of exploring uncharted territory, the sense of accomplishment when you achieve what once seemed impossible, all of these are within your reach. Margaret's life didn't just change because she started painting, it changed because she allowed herself to try. That first brushstroke on the canvas wasn't just the beginning of a painting, it was the beginning of a new chapter in her life. One filled with discovery, fulfillment, and joy. You have the same opportunity. The world is full of possibilities waiting for you to explore. What's something you've always wanted to do but have been too afraid to try? Whatever it is, start today. The first step might feel scary, but the journey ahead will be worth it. Embrace the unknown, and watch as life opens up in ways you never imagined. Change isn't always easy, and it often asks us to step outside our comfort zones, to face fears, or to embrace the unfamiliar. But as we've seen through the stories of Rose, Tom, Jean, Frank, and Margaret, change can also be deeply transformative. Each of them took a small step, whether it was prioritizing health, learning technology, reconnecting with others, improving their diet, or chasing a long-held dream. These simple choices led to richer, more meaningful lives filled with renewed energy and purpose. Their journeys remind us that it's never too late to begin again. In Buddhism, we learn that transformation begins in the present moment. The past is gone. The future has yet to arrive. But this moment, right here, right now, is where everything starts. It doesn't matter if you're 75, 85, or 95, every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward a fuller, more vibrant life. Perhaps you see a bit of yourself in Rose's determination to care for her health, or in Tom's courage to embrace technology. Maybe Jean's journey to reconnect with others, Frank's mindful approach to nourishment, or Margaret's leap into the unknown resonates with your own hopes and dreams. Wherever you are on your journey, know that the same opportunities for growth, connection, and joy are waiting for you. All it takes is the decision to start. As the saying goes, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Let these words guide you as you consider what the next chapter of your life could look like. Whether it's making time for a morning walk, reaching out to a loved one, trying a new recipe, or taking a class that excites you. The possibilities are endless. And the rewards? They're immeasurable. We'd love to hear from you. What changes are you ready to make? What dreams have you been waiting to pursue? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might just inspire someone else to take their first step. Let's create a ripple of positivity together, showing that no matter our age, we can always strive to live more intentionally, more mindfully, and more joyfully. Thank you for spending this time with us. If this video brought you value, please consider liking and sharing it with others who might need a little encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content to help you live your best life, one step at a time. We're so grateful to have you here, and we can't wait to continue this journey together. Until next time, remember, the best is yet to come.